students. Today's topic is determination of poverty line. Determination of poverty line means what? How is poverty determined? See, in the yesterday's video, I told you we started the poverty topic, we started the definition of poverty, its measures, and we also studied the basic definition of poverty line. At that time, I told you we'll talk about in detail about poverty line in the next video. So the same thing we are going to start today. Let us begin with the determination of poverty line. And at the last, one more important topic we are going to cover in today's video, that is causes of poverty. Causes of poverty is a very simple topic, children. You have studied already in class 10, but it's just a revision for you. So we will study that topic also. Let us begin. See students, in my previous video, I told you that we will study what? Poverty line. Poverty line determinants. Poverty line determinants means how is poverty line determined? Okay. How we see that this is the poverty line. So as well as one more topic I told you, we will study causes of poverty. Okay. So first of all, let us understand student, how is poverty line determined? In the sense, who is called poor and who is called non-poor. Here I am not talking about rich. Okay. Who is called poor and who is called non-poor. So poverty line का मतलब क्या होता है? It is one such line which divides the total population into two equal parts. Okay, poverty line means it is one such line which divides the total population into two equal parts. Getting it? So this is the simple meaning of poverty line. So it is a line where on the one side there is poor and on the other side there is non-poor. Okay, here again I'm telling you, we are not talking about rich, we are talking about non-poor, means those who don't fall under the category of poor. Now let us see children, government kisko poor मानती है, means according to government who is poor, okay, and who is non-poor. Basically poverty lines determination is done by two ways. These are the two ways in which poverty line is determined. Okay, both the ways are done on the calorie consumption basis. Okay, so this has been decided by government. Okay, so both these ways means ये दोनों भी तरीकों को मिलाकर poverty line का determination हम लोग देखेंगे. So first let us see on minimum calorie consumption. According to government has made two ways to determine poverty line. First method is minimum calorie consumption. Now minimum calorie consumption means what? See children, in a rural area, on an average, an individual, if he or she is not getting 2400 calories per day per person, then that person is said to be what? Poor. Once again I am repeating, on an average in rural area, if a person is not able, I am talking about if a person is not able to achieve, is not able to intake 2400 calorie per person per day, then that person is said to be poor. Here I am telling about not able to means what? Don't say that I am on diet, so I am not taking 2400 calories. I am taking only 1800 calories. No. But if you take 1800 calories by being on diet, that doesn't mean that you are poor. So here the thing is that if any person in a rural area, he or she is not able to take 2400 calorie per day, then that person is said to be what? Under poverty line. Means that person is said to be poor. This is one of the method which the government has given to determine the poverty line. Getting it? Second is what? Minimum, and in rural area, whereas 2400 is in rural area, whereas in urban areas it is 2100. Once again let me repeat, in rural area the minimum calorie consumption per day per person is 2400, whereas in urban areas the minimum calorie consumption per day per person is 2100 calories. Means if you are living in urban area and you are not able, means once again I am telling, you are not able मतलब आप सक्षम नहीं हो 2100 calorie लेने के लिए, then you are said to be poor. That does not include dieting. Now see children, what is the reason why the government have made this 2,400 in the rural areas and 2,100 in the urban areas? Because government knows the people who are working in rural areas, they work by hand, they do the laborious job. Okay. But whereas the people who are working in cities, they generally do the sitting job. They don't have much work to move here and there. They don't do any laborious job, physical laborious job. That is the reason government has kept it as 2100. This 2400 and 2100 has been prescribed by government, not by me. Okay, so 2400 in rural areas and 2100 in urban area per day per person. If they are not taking, then they are said to be what? Poor. This is the simple meaning as per the government on the basis of minimum calorie consumption. There are two determinants to determine poverty line. First is what? Minimum calorie consumption, and the second is minimum consumption expenditure. Okay. Now we will talk about minimum consumption expenditure. Now what is the meaning of this minimum consumption expenditure children? Consumption means खर्च करना, मतलब यूज करने के लिए मनी यूज करते. एक्सपेंडिचर मीन्स व्हाट? खर्च करना. मिनिमम मीन्स कम से कम पैसे हम लोग खर्च करें. ठीक है, मिनिमम रिक्वायरमेंट यू कैन से. So here also government has categorized rupees 816 per person per month in rural area. मतलब एक मंथ में अगर आप 816 रुपीज रूरल एरियाज में नहीं खर्च कर सकते हो तब आप पुअर हो. Okay, this is as per the consumption expenditure. Another determinant is what? Consumption expenditure. So if it is 816 per month in rural area per person, so approximately government has given that per day you should be able to spend 32 rupees. Now that doesn't mean that 32 multiplied by 30 is not coming 816. This is approximate figure on the basis of day-to-day expenditure government has calculated. So 32 rupees per day per person approximately. If that person is not able to spend, मतलब मैं खर्च नहीं कर सकती, if I am in rural area, then I am categorized as poor. Getting it? Second is in urban areas. If a person is not able to spend 1407 per person per month in urban areas, that person is said to be what? Poor. So approximately that comes to 47 rupees per day. Getting it? So these are the two determinants of poverty line. This has been prescribed or described by government. On the basis of this, you are entitled to be under poverty line, not that. Now just listen. These are the two determinants of poverty line where the government has given us these figures. See, poverty line is defined on the basis of recommended nutritional, children. It is also defined on the basis of recommended nutritional requirement of minimum calorie intake. Means minimum calorie intake, on the basis of that poverty line is determined. So minimum calorie intake in rural areas is how much? 2,400 per person per day and 2,100 calories in urban areas per person per day. Okay, so according to government, if any person in the village is not able to intake this much calories, is not and 2,100 calories in urban areas, that person is not included. So that person is said to be poor. Once again, I am telling this is not included. Diet is not included over here. Okay. So in village, see children, in village, as I said, you consumption is more because in village people work more with hands, whereas in cities people work more in more by sitting. They by more by sitting. They have sitting jobs only. Okay. So those who work more, they need more calorie, and those who work less, they need less calorie. For that only, government has decided minimum calories criteria for urban area as well as for rural areas. So minimum expenditure method, this is the minimum expenditure method. When government says about minimum expenditure method, once again just listen. So as per the spending money, who is poor and who is not able to spend, मतलब कौन खर्च कर सकता है और कौन खर्च नहीं कर सकता. Government has decided what? Government has decided rupees 816 per person monthly. मतलब जो व्यक्ति गांव में रहकर monthly 816 रुपए खर्च नहीं कर सकता है, वो होता है पुअर. उसके लिए अप्रोक्सीमेटली कितना आएगा 32 रुपीज पर डे। ठीक है, सेम वे अगर आप डेली बेसिस का क्राइटेरिया देखना चाहते हैं तो ऑन एन एवरेज इट इज कमिंग टू 32 रुपीज। दिस इज बीन डिसाइडेड बाय गवर्नमेंट। ठीक है, now this 32 rupees government has decided recently, earlier it was only rupees 28, now it has increased to 28। why? because हमारे रुपए की वैल्यू क्या हो रही है, डाउन हो रही है। value is decreasing, children, rate is increasing, the rate of our rupee is increasing, but value क्या हो रही है, डाउन हो रही है। so if you are in city and you are not able to spend 1407 rupees per day, sorry per month, then you are poor according to government। मतलब अगर आप अर्बन में रहते हो, सिटीज में रहते हो और 1407 रुपीज पर मंथ नहीं स्पेंड कर सकते हो, then you are poor। that also approximately it is coming to rupees how much, 47 rupees per day। this is a rough estimate what the government has given। now see children, one important thing also I want to tell you over here। Now World Bank has also decided poverty as global criteria। World Bank ने भी poverty को एक global criteria से decide कर दिया है। इसका मतलब World Bank has decided rupees 1.90 डॉलर बेसिस डेली बेसिस पे जो खर्च कर पाते हैं, ओके 1.90 डॉलर ऑन डेली बेसिस जो नहीं खर्च कर पाते हैं, then they are poor। if you take it in rupees, it will come somewhere about 150 rupees। ठीक है, 150 rupees per day if you are not able to spend, then World Bank has just declared as poor। so this is how children the poverty line is determined। it's quite easy, two criteria is being there, it's been decided by government। first is minimum calorie consumption, second is minimum consumption expenditure। ठीक है, so this is how the poverty line is determined। now as I said you, we are going to study another important topic today that is quite easy, causes of poverty। मतलब poor होने की reason क्या है, why our country is poor or why the people in our country is poor। okay, so this all these causes, most of it you have already studied in the class 10, but just once again let me give you a review of this। first is what, increase in rate of population। now increase in rate of population means what, our country's population is growing, ठीक है, but the growth rate is increasing very fast। ठीक है, so the people in our country or the growth rate of our population is increasing very fast। मतलब suppose what is the reason behind this, because of poverty only। means in case if the government will say that we have the job for 2 lakh people this year, but what will happen next year, that those 2 lakh job will be taken over by how many people, 2 crore people। मतलब if government is declaring that we are having 2 lakh jobs this year, but to take those 2 lakh positions, how many people are applying for it next year, 2 crore। so in this way our population growth rate is increasing। automatically what will happen, population की growth rate अगर increase हो रही है, so what is going to happen, poverty will also increase। so जो jobs हैं उसी वही बहुत ज्यादा हैं, so the people are too much to take the jobs। this is the reason for increase in rate of population। next reason is what, low level of national output। low level of national output means what, here output means what, productivity। the second point is connected with the first point। see, low level of national output means productivity is very much, we don't say that we are producing very less, but in comparison to the population our productivity is very less। मीन जितनी ज्यादा पॉपुलेशन बढ़ रही है हमारी प्रोडक्टिविटी क्या हो रही है, वो उसके सामने क्या है, कम पड़ जाती है। सो द पीपल हु आर गोइंग टू कंज्यूम दैट प्रोडक्टिविटी आर वेरी मोर एज कंपेयर टू द प्रोडक्शन। next is inflation। very simple meaning, so many times I have told you what is the meaning of inflation, general rise in the price means महंगाई। so why our general price, why there is a rise in our general price, this is also I have explained you in my previous videos, because of demand and supply। if any product, किसी भी चीज की डिमांड बढ़ती जा रही है, ठीक है, और उसका सप्लाई कम है, मतलब उसको लेने वाले लोग ज्यादा हैं and production is less, so what will happen, there will be what, price rise। that is another cause of poverty। next is high level of migration। now understand this, high level of migration, migration means what, people moving from one place to another। पलायन जो लोग करते हैं ना, workers, laborers, that is any people They are known as what? Migrants. Now, high level of migration means, you see, whenever in a village, you find that people migrate from village to city in search of job. There is a belief in the people that no, for working or for studying, you can understand that there is an excuse that they don't have proper schools, colleges, and universities in the village. So they need to migrate. But what is the thing? For doing the jobs also, people migrate from villages to cities in search of job. Why? Because they feel that in city they have got a good scope. So this is the reason most of the people, those who are in village, they migrate to cities. Now see children, in cities, if for a particular position, the number of jobs is 100 and already 150 people have migrated from village to city. So what will happen? Now how many people are there to take that 100 position of jobs? 250. Getting it? Because 100 was the number of jobs which were there in the city. More 150 people came from village. So 250 people are there to take that particular job. So in this way, this is one of the reason for poverty. People are applying for the job, but they are not getting the job because of large number of people. Why don't the people understand that if they are in village, they can create job opportunities over there? It would be best that people, those who are staying wherever they are staying, they create job opportunities for themselves there itself only. Then what will happen? Then there won't be any problem of job crisis in other places. Okay? Next reason is what? Unemployment. Unemployment is a very simple reason. Here I don't need to explain you much about this. If people are unemployed, they are not educated, what will happen? They will not get the jobs. Government jobs also, you see so many number of vacancies are coming. Suppose 100 vacancies are coming and number of people applying for it are too much. Because of unemployment, what is happening? Our country is not developing. This is the reason we are facing the problem of poverty. And again, unemployment is connected over here with what? Population. More number of people are there, that much number of people are not able to educate themselves. If they are not educated, they are not getting jobs. This is the reason of poverty. Last is what? Rural indebtedness. Now, what is the meaning of this? In-depthness. See children, earlier what used to happen, when people, those who are in the rural, whenever they were in need of money, where they used to go? They used to go to the unorganized sector, where they would apply for udhar or loan to that money lender. Okay, so what that sahukar or the money lender used to tell, yes, yes, you can get a loan. You will get a loan at 2% or 4% interest rate. They used to charge with the poor farmers or the poor people, and they used to give them, in return they used to mortgage their land or they used to mortgage their home. So this in-depthness, मतलब ये जो loan लेने का जो in-depthness था, it is still there in the rural areas. So because of this in-depthness, people taking loan at a very high rate, and the unorganized sector, the people, those who are in the unorganized sector, that mahajans or sahukars, they used to charge a very good rate of interest from the poor people. This is one of the reason of poverty. See, here I have written only 5 to 6 points for poverty. There are many more than this. In exam, you can write some more points also for the reasons of poverty. This question comes in exam generally of 3 to 4 marks. So this is all about determination of poverty line and causes of poverty. Thank you.